XIO as well as Blacklist first, this is going to be a tough bout for them. As for Scripted, if they were to come in from the eastern side, it's either... And a little bit of spray down has already commenced coming from the side of Iconic, but oh my! Where did that K9 come from? He must lands that perfect headshot to be able to actually take him down. And blanks. He might just see lights out if there's nobody saving him for the moment, but at least for Himas and the rest of the players out there, they should be able to actually rotate safely as Almost Evil gets that perfect knock across. Itzy getting a little bit of name on the kill feed. Same goes to Silence as well as OWT, where Key Esports have already been knocked out with very little resources left. And once again, they were the first team to actually fall, and that is no good news for them, with XIO now committing towards the fight against Orange Esports CG. Key Esports have to wait in the lobby for quite some time here, as this just took off with all 4 kills being backed up by the side of Encrypted IO, and now looking for more! Another 2 kills being stashed up here with Joker as well as OWT. Actually getting so much. My goodness. 6 pointers out there, and Encrypted IO, they are now looking for the lead. So many items for them to actually loot up from after those sort of rotation. This is the problem for many teams when it comes down to Miramar, because they have to be careful on where exactly they rotate to, especially when you are rotating in those open fields. You should expect some of these teams to be on top of those hills, and it's going to be Aeons here that will be able to knock Shiki. And man, these 2 teams have been having a standoff since the first game, and Crucial Gaming now is the one suffering from that long-range affair. Aeons on the M16 probably will be receiving a little bit of damage, but now Icon also coming from the other angles here. Blacklist International might not want to actually commit to any of these fights, as Aeons gets tapped once again, coming in from Jumasera. And this is going to be a very slow-moving vehicle for him to work with. And they're already tapping across, so there's nowhere that he could actually move off to for the moment, but just to sit still. And that's going to be a little bit more spray coming in from the top side of the hill, as we are looking at Bigger. Going for the spray down there, 1 more kill being secured, as we are seeing Blacklist as well as Iconic just having that perfect safeguarding of the circle. And man, they are gatekeeping many of these players out there. Yangon Galacticos, once again, not so lucky to be able to actually meet up with some of all these top gunners from the Philippines. And Aeons, at least, gets a little bit of the rescue coming in from his teammates with the pickup truck being drove up the hill. And Demigod, they're taken out outside of play zone. I'm not too sure what exactly is going on from the side of Triple V out there. But man, Benny Vidivici needs to work towards their way in towards the circle next time around, being the 15th place team inside of Miramar. Now, Blacklist being started out by Akuma. There's going to be a lot of damage being done, and this is not going to look all too good as they are in front of the dens of the Tigers of ASTP. And this is going to be a little bit of damage being sprayed towards the side of Aeons, with Akuma controlling the recall well enough, but that's quite a distance. Loki's going to be able to actually knock one from the side of Angkor PUBG as well. A lot of smokes have to be used, and they have to push through to be able to actually defend this compound for the moment. Very little health from the side of Vigor. He needs to heal up. He's going to be hugging by the corners of the wall. A big nade being lobbed a little bit too far off, coming from the side of Rankid. Well, over on towards east section, we see a little bit of the damage being done out there as Stalker managed to secure another knock on another rival Cambodian team, as Pablo will be finished off out there. And here comes the commitment coming from both sides, as ASCP having Roy holding on towards the angle out there. It's going to be members of the side of Blacklist getting knocked instead. Roy now going for the push. He's going to be going in for FPP, and Blacklist fell flat. ASCP with the victory, but Orange CG, they're putting it in from the top side as well, with 2 of these members being knocked. Blacklist this time on 13th, while over on the other areas here, we do see Sunsun actually lobbing that perfect nade prime towards the side of OWT. And there goes members of the side of XIO. After having a stellar start to the game, they are suffering all these big blows coming out from the rest of the areas. And APG, oh man, he's going to be able to actually get that frag out there. Yangon Galacticos on 11th place. Not too many points being secured. Team once again. Akuma far, dishing out so much damage, and he was in charge of lowering down the health of members inside of Blacklist International at first, before that commitment came over from ASC. 4 kills as a reward to that sort of scuffle we saw. Really working it out on towards those DMRs as we are looking at him actually taking on 2 sides as well. CG by the other edge. This is going to be a little bit more difficult to challenge the likes of CG, but with the circle really moving right in, we're going to be seeing a little bit of that update to see where exactly will this be placed. I'm looking at the center. It's going to be an open field out there. So if Stalker and the rest of Orange CG can control that hill, they should be able to actually... Oh man, I just jinxed it. Oh boy, we're going in towards the eastern side. They have to use whatever smoke's necessary. CG though, they have a great view. So whoever moves in first, they're going to take the short end of the stick. And for the southwest side, we still see Iconic as well as the side of 665. They are trying to move right in, and they're going to be battling it through right now as we speak of it. Almost evil Adrastos. I don't know. You can't really be all too evil right now with only 2 men left behind. As Orange CG, they're sending Stalker right in towards the field first, while leaving Leon as well as Ra to be on top to be able to scout out ahead. Encore PUBG on the eastern side. They definitely do have those high ground advantages that they could actually put to good use. Now, thus, he's actually being left out in the open, and there's not many vehicles that he could choose from to actually rotate in. So maybe he might be able to go on foot, but how long can he last outside the zone? Skynin will be able to catch Ashura Kata with his spray down coming from across. QB and the rest of Berserker very close by towards the circle. They do have a lot of all these areas with a little bit of a visitation coming in from Akuma. Oh boy, join me. He's going to be able to receive so much damage, but QB! Oh man, he gets the knock towards the side of BDU as well. 2 members down, and Almost Evil and Drasta will be battling out at 10th place as they have no vehicle options left out. As Iconic now coming from the other angles as well. Neto 10 trying to heal out before taking out to the side of X-Crypted. He's still out. Vanity over on the other side of the corner as Zep falling flat on the ground, but a little bit of trade that comes inside to be slacked at the moment. Off row, he's slowly crawling in. He might be able to actually backstab the members of the side of Orange CG. Well, having that Gillis is going to be able to actually give him a lot of advantages right through. Roy already being knocked out as the members of ASTP. They're moving in towards the corners. This might just be a couple of days that could be Prime Q coming from the side of Orange CG if they could do anything at all. A little bit of smoke being popped up open to be able to actually save Roy, but his health is slowly depleting. Moving towards the side of ASTP. They still have a couple of all these small little ninjas out there, but oh, he gets traded back. Red Kid now needing to save Roy. He doesn't really have too much time, especially Ra as well as Leon. They've been holding it tightly towards this creases of the hills. While holding against these 2 teams will be a little bit difficult if they were to actually attack at the same moment itself. Fourth row now finds Leon, and that's going to be a backstab. He finds both of these members, and man, that might just spell doom for the side of Orange CG, as they did not check their backs. And now, coming in for the punish, it's going to be Stalker moving up towards the hill, trying to actually save them, but QB definitely gets those angles in as well. Stalker might just be caught out as well. Iconic PH now will bow out. Bruno getting knocked out from afar. Scripted will be able to actually point the crosshairs right through. Rapti cooking up the nade. Won't be actually finding those angles right, but Scripted, they are playing it very tactically. They're moving step by step. They're just by the southeast corner, and they've already spotted out Rudo. This will be a kill being secured by the end of it all. And my goodness, this is going to be bleeding out. There's not going to be any sort of members at all that will be able to actually save them for the moment. for the moment. We are looking at Zaddy trying to actually prime the nade out there. And perhaps this might just actually get a little bit of health being chipped off from the side of Berserker. And man, Orange CG, they are still well and alive as we saw Stalker making those big plays out there. Kaido actually gets that first flag against members of side of ASTP. Only 2 of them left as Ra will chip in to be able to actually knock out Ding. Akuma on the other corner as well. But staying quiet is going to be Anchor PUBG on the other edge as they are popping as much pokes as possible as CG comes moving in from the other end as well. 7 teams left remaining. 2 kills for the side of Crucial Gaming so far. Ashurkata having that barrel in their hands while Zero just waiting slowly for the right moment to attack. And it's a very long standoff over on towards the northern side as Ra tries to do everything by himself. And Ogriff, oh boy, gets clipped off by Ashurkata once again, dishing so much damage in this round itself. I want to see how that chart's going to look like at the end of this game. QB's going to be able to actually knock out Zaddy once more. Ashurkata now moving in towards the rotation. He's going to be cutting across all these smokes, making a very big play, but Angkor PUBG will finish off at 7 plays. As for the moment, is Cryptid just hugging by the rim of the circle. Puff having his Super Shack to just take a little bit of a peek. Orange CG, they are having 3 members out there. As Kata wants to trade back. I think he spots out Puff, but they don't want to reveal their area just yet. As Stalker will be able to actually get that kill being secured over inside of Shazam. Big sprays coming from Ashurkata once again, but will be able to actually find one more blocks. Kill definitely being secured right across. And CG, they got some of all these members of Akuma all pinned towards the northern side, and there's not much area for them to work with, especially with Exscripted also having a lot of field of view. CG having some of the most man advantages alongside with Exscripted. It's going to be Stalker here that will be able to actually catch out Rapti, and Kira will be able to actually trade back as well. 3 kills already for the side of Akuma. They're all going prone. There's not much areas for you to run about with your feet standing in between. Stalker needing revival, but there's going to be a little bit of spray down coming out from the side of Kira to be able to actually secure Leon, and 2 kills goes in favor of the side of Kira. Now only down to Puff. It's just inside the shack. And all he has to do is just to hold on for dear life. He doesn't need to move too much. He does have to circle in favor. Empty's going to be knocked out by Zeddy as well. So many kills for the side of Exscripted. While Puff playing extremely passively, he's trying to find a way to deal with Ozuru. While Rots will knock out Akuma. 4 more players left alive, and it's going to be a quick zoom of the buggy to reposition. So Pop will not be able to do all too much, but at least he gets some breathing space. Now, just by the corner of the large swings, we're going to be looking at CG here. Only 2 members remaining. It's a big Molotov being lobbed in towards the corners of Orange CG. And man, he won't be able to dodge that for the moment. Akuma now crawling right in. It's going to be Exscripted here, getting caught out by Shiki. Does not really have those helmets left, and he is just living by the edge. Man. It's going to be a Zaddy out there to be able to actually spot him out. There goes Shiki. 1 member left for the side is Crucial Gaming. And man, kill definitely being secured there by Zaddy. Akuma, I'm just surprised that they have been able to hold out from the North Point, because there was 2 other teams that were actually gating them from coming by. Now, the highest chance for the chicken dinner will be in the hands of Exscripted as well as Akuma Inferno. But Puff tries to butt right in, not giving chances towards the side of Exscripted. They all have to squeeze in tight towards the next playing fields, as they only got 30 seconds to work with. At least for the moment, Exscripted does have those ditches, but Rots, I'm not too sure. Maybe he should go in for the healing game. We need to actually check out how many more mets does he have to be able to actually last that final few phase. 15 seconds on the clock, less than that, as we are looking at Kaido, as well as the rest of them, just slowly crawling right across. And for Puff, He just needs to wait for the right moment to catch out Kira on the other edge. Now Ogriff could possibly going for the restock. Oh, that frag though from Ogriff! What a cheeky play, and he will be able to actually put out Orange Esports CG on fourth place, while Akuma will have Kaido being knocked out, leaving only 2 members behind. Ex-Scripted now going in for the rush. They are having multiple angles to work with here, and they're going to be looking for that killing blow to be able to secure the winner chicken dinner in the back. Here comes the spray down as well. Now, only with very little angles. Akuma now hit behind that box as well as the blue zone. There's only going to be Ogriff left to perhaps outplay this. It will not be, as X-Scripted will be able to back winner chicken dinner number 2. What a stunning finish out there. They started the game strong and they ended it well in towards the final few stages out there in the open fields of Miramar, in between the valleys of death. They have survived and they have done it. And wow, like scripted, they moved in slowly, steadily, played so much